You see, one night back in 2014, a 3-trailer road train was involved in a vehicle rollover just into Angellala Creek, where that new bridge is over there. Now normally this just would have been your average vehicle accident that you quite commonly see around this area, but this one was different. You see, the road train was carrying 52 tonnes of ammonium nitrate, and as the vehicle rolled over, it ripped the diesel tanks off the side of the cab. Fortunately, the driver was able to escape, although he did suffer serious injuries. It took about an hour for the emergency services to arrive in the form of 2 fire trucks. And as they were treating the driver, some of the diesel had mixed with a small part of the spilt ammonium nitrate and caused a minor explosion. And the fireys, knowing what was happening, they moved their vehicles up onto the other side of that hill there. But a few moments later, there was an enormous explosion when the 52 tonnes of ammonium nitrate mixed with all of the diesel fuel that came off the truck. 30 k's away in Charleville, people thought it was an earthquake. And it was, because it measured 2.1 on the Richter scale. 6 kilometres away, one of the farm properties suffered structural damage. Pieces of the truck and pieces of this bridge ended up over 1 kilometre away. That bridge there's the new one. There was nothing left of the old one. These railway tracks and the steel pylons that were attached to this bridge here flew directly skyward. Now amazingly, no one was killed in the blast. The 2 fire trucks, even though they were up on top of the hill there, were shredded like they'd been hit by a missile. This bridge here was the 6th longest rail bridge in Queensland. Fortunately, they were able to rebuild this road bridge pretty quickly. They renamed the bridge Heroes Bridge after the first responders that attended the site. You can just see over there the remnants of what was the original rail bridge. They've dragged the steel structures up onto the side of the embankment there. You can see this is the bolted supports for the steel pylons that held up the railway track, and the force of the blast has just sheared them off. And the road train would have slid on its side into the gully just on the other side of the creek there. And you can see the extent, the blast area. Here is part of the old concrete bridge. You can see these, they're not rocks, they're pieces of concrete rubble. If you're wondering what happened to the steel pylons that held up the bridge, well, they made them into a monument. You can still see where they were broken off the bolted foundations. Now, apparently these weren't always black, but the fireball that consumed them has just turned them all to charcoal. It's actually burnt all the paint off them. You can see the cracked, gusseted base. If you rub your hand under these pylons, you can still see the charcoal. A couple of good photos of what the bridge originally looked like. Bit of history of how the railway track was made. Old steam train there. This was a mighty bridge, and it was just purely by chance that a truck carrying explosive material happened to crash right next to this historic old bridge. You can see the crater in that photo there. See how the bridge is buckled. And there's an aerial photo of... I'll try and get these photos as actual pictures so I can zoom in on them. Fire truck's insane. A small fragment of the driver's Bible was found. How this one small piece of paper survived is remarkable. The fragment is from Psalm 31. That's cool. Well, thanks for watching. As usual, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Stay safe and have a great day. Drive carefully.